Hi again, everybody. A message here from Anonymous. Dear Ollie, I am a 33-year-old single mother from Texas. I live paycheck to paycheck, and recently our dog had his back left leg amputated, which caused me to use all the extra funds I had. The reason I'm writing you is because I have a couple of questions about my situation. It's kind of a long story, so I'll make it as short as I can. In March of this year, with the help of Shrinking Violet, another awesome YouTuber, I came to the conclusion that my mother is a narcissist. I have a little brother who's 10 years younger than me, and we were always close up until about a year ago. My mom, in March, they had each sent some fucked up text messages. I will copy and paste them for you below. But my question is this. I got my phone number changed in March after talking with Shrinking Violet and cut off all contact with my narcissistic mom and golden child little brother. I recently had an uncle that passed away whom I was extremely close. He was my best friend. Anyway, of course, when all the family was at my grandmother's house for a few days, was at my grandmother's house a few days after it happened, bringing food, etc. I knew I would see them there, and I sure enough did. I didn't look or speak to either of them, though. My mother did something that I was like, what the fuck, are you kidding me? I stayed in my grandparents' bedroom the entire time I was there because I didn't even want to look at either of them. About an about an hour after I was there, I hear my mom saying something to my daughter. She is 13 years old. And my daughter comes in and says, Nanny wants you to come in there and meet her friend. My jaw dropped, Ollie. I said, tell her I said no. She came back a few minutes later and said my mother looked pissed. I hadn't had any contact with this woman in months, and now she wants me to come and meet her friend. What the hell was her motive? I'll tell you exactly what her motive was right there. You hadn't talked to her, and she wanted to prove to you that all she wanted to prove and get you to come, wanted to have you summoned, and to prove to you that all that no contact you just went through is meaningless because at the snap of her fingers she can get you to come running. That's what that was about. I'm assuming it's because she wants to look like the perfect mother to everyone else. And one thing she always says is, I wanted more than anything to be the perfect mother to you and your brother. I am sorry I failed you both. It's all my fault that you guys have so many problems. So you just got all these problems. And yeah, that was part of it. She wanted to look good, but she wanted to summon you. She wanted to discount all that no contact you have just gone through in a second by having you summoned to her. Imagine if you had done it, how you'd feel. Imagine if you had gotten up and done it and pacified her. You'd have felt horrible. You'd have felt worse than you ever felt before. Like all of it was for nothing and that you failed yourself. Also, my family doesn't get it at all. When my uncle passed away, my grandfather told me, it's times like these when family's supposed to pull together and forgive each other and move on. Bullshit. They always try to use a tragedy. Death doesn't absolve narcissism, whether it's the narcissist that died or somebody else. A funeral does not absolve all the shitty behavior, does not also, oh, now this person's dead, I gotta forgive you. Fuck that. Fuck that. I also tried explaining him all this, and why I can't and won't have any contact with her. And he said to me, well, I talked to your mother and she wants a relationship with her so that you are the one avoiding her. So I am the one who's wrong to everyone else. You don't know how many times I've heard that I'm obsessed with all this narcissist bullshit by more than one family member or friend. Anyway, I guess my reason for writing you is because I wanted you to take a look at all the texts between my mother, brother, and I and see what your opinion of the text was and if you think they are narcissists. Also, I've been wondering a lot about writing them each a letter and sending it to them in the mail. just saying, I know what you are now, and your secret is exposed, etc. And you will never see or speak to me again. But I wanted to get your advice on that as well. I hope that maybe one day my brother and I will speak again. But probably not until my mother passes. I think as long as she is here, that he will be living under her brainwashing. Anyway, we'll let you go. I am so sorry this is so long. Tried to take it as short as I could and get the main points on the background with my family as possible. Oh yeah, I forgot one. I forgot one question. Lately, I've caught myself doing little things that I have read about are signs of having NPD, and it really scared me because I don't want to be a narcissist or treat my daughter the way I was treated. I guess my question is, how can I tell if I'm a narcissist or have BPD or NPD? Thank you so much for your time and all you do on your channel. You're such an inspiration, Amber B. You have the tendencies because you were raised by a narcissist. Narcissists don't ask if they are narcissists or they have NPD, or they don't even concern them. So they're not a narcissist. I've said that 100 times, so put that out of your head. Narcissists don't give a shit. P.S. Below are the text correspondence between my mother, brother, and I from back in March. Just an FYI, the first text was sent to me from my mother, but sent to me, my mother and I was asking her if she knew anything that happened between my real father and I when I was little that she needed to tell me about. The reason I asked her this is because my real father and I never had a relationship. He used to physically abuse my mother pretty bad and a lot when I was little. Anyway, so about 8 months ago, he contacted me on Facebook and we began trying to build a relationship. And one day while my daughter and I were over his house, he had to use my cell phone because he was broke or something, and that was that. Well, a couple of days later, I'm looking on my Facebook Messenger, looking on my Facebook Messenger messages, and I noticed that same day he was using my phone, a pretty personal picture that I had taken of myself from my boyfriend at the time. My father had gotten to my pic gallery on my phone and sent to himself that photo on his Facebook Messenger. I got freaked out, and it prompted me to ask my mother if she ever saw anything that I maybe couldn't remember, because this isn't normal behavior at all for a father to want to send himself a personal pic of his daughter to himself to have it for later. And then when I confronted him about it, at first he lied and denied it. And finally he was like, oh, you meant that one photo? Oh, that's not personal. It's a beautiful photo of my daughter. And that's how these messages began back in March between the three of us. Me to my mother, did you ever see anything out of the ordinary or know of anything that happened with my father when I was little? Also, did the charges on Troy get dropped? Troy is my stepfather, and he beat my mother up about a week before these messages were sent. So around the beginning of March, she was sent to the hospital. It was so bad, she said she was divorcing him, and that the state picked up charges against him. So now he is waiting for a court date. Okay, so she never responds to my first message. So the next day, on March 2nd, 2016, I was pretty upset because I thought this was a big deal and she couldn't even respond. So I proceeded to begin the series of messages that followed with this message to my mother on March 2nd, 2016. Me. I can't believe you aren't going to answer my text I sent you. I know you got them. Whatever, Mom. No reply makes me think you do know something and are just scared to tell me, because I would think if you didn't, that you would have been very quick to respond to a text of that nature. I know that if it were Zach sending you a text, my little brother, who could do no wrong, you would have texted him back in a heartbeat. Mom, I can tell you this, you are a very angry person and you should continue your counseling. Every time you don't get your way, you throw a tantrum and get even angrier, and I choose not to talk to you because I am tired of the way you talk to me. I'm not your shitting post. Second of all, you accuse me of all kinds of things that I never knew about or did. And you don't need to be concerned about my choices. And why would you even text me about Troy? You hate him, remember? Oh, and I almost forgot this one. You don't know how to say I'm sorry and I was wrong. This is all projection. Me. Okay. When I don't ever when I say don't ever speak to me again right now, I'm saying it out of anger. It's how I feel and what I want. You no longer have a daughter. I haven't talked to you in weeks. All I asked was if you knew something out of the ordinary when I was a child with Dad, and you didn't even care enough to say anything back. That's fucked up, Mom. As far as Troy goes, I could care less what the fuck you do or don't do regarding your marriage with him. And I do say I'm sorry when I'm wrong, sometimes even when I'm not, but I will not apologize for asking you about my childhood. There's nothing wrong with that. How do I treat you like my shitting post? Wow. You also said you were tired of being Troy's punching bag, but we see how long that lasted. At least I'm in my therapy, Mom. I know I'm not perfect, but I am trying to make myself a better person and taking the necessary steps to learn who I am, who I even am, and even loving that person. What you and your husband and your son are doing to better yourself, what are you and your son doing to better yourselves? Absolutely nothing. Why would you when you are also so perfect just the way you are? You are all dead to me, and I am dead to you from here on out. I have been my entire goddamn life anyway. Mom, and once again you have accused me of saying you are dead to me. This makes no sense what she said, LOL. Then I get a text from my little brother about 10 minutes after my first text to her on this day. Zach, what is your problem? Why is it that you never have anything nice to say? You're texting Mom and accusing her things and calling her names again. Calling her names, LOL. Amber, you're not going to get any sort of positive outcome with actions like that. And Mom would never keep anything like that. Would never keep anything that what you are accusing her of is keeping a secret. And she just would never do something like that. Really? But she'll let her new husband beat the shit out of her and not do anything. Get the fuck out of here. Last I heard you were moving to Houston, but I knew that wasn't the truth when I went to visit Grandma and Grandpa, and they said you hadn't mentioned it to them. See, they think they got, so just because you didn't mention it to somebody, that means, because they think they got you. And this is all gaslighting. That's all this is. This is all typical narcissistic gaslighting. You're crazy. You're the problem. And now he's telling you, I know what you're doing because I have sources. I wish you would just quit acting like this and quit trying to stir things up with everyone. Please stay out of my mother's, father's, mine, and my family's business. No one gets in your business. You're the one who texts us shit and tries to involve us in yours. We don't want to be any part of the drama. We will certainly always be here to help you as long as you are trying to behave and behaving maturely, treating you like a child again, acting out of loving kindness instead of anger. But right now it's clear that you are not a positive influence, so I'm going to have to stay away and keep my family, niece, away from you until you can get things under control and realize the way you are behaving is not the way my sister behaves when she is her true loving self. You have dreams about what you are talking about and made you wonder if something happened to you that you can't remember. Don't know what he's referring to, dreams. Well, you don't know what your mother told him to amp him up either. Now all of a sudden there's a little hunch is there, and you accuse Mom of knowing, and not, I doubt it. He went and took a pic for her boyfriend and sent it to himself secretly and lied to it. You little fucking man boy fucking son husband bitch. He's a little son husband bitch. Me to my brother, the things that have happened that you aren't even aware of that led up to this, you fucking asshole. Fuck you and your mother, your father, and your family. You can have them because I sure as hell don't want any part of them anymore. How dare you treat me like this? I am finding out some very traumatic things about my past, and you accuse me of making them up in my head. They always do. Well, I hate to tell all of you, but it's not in my head, and the truth will come out with or without any of you. Bits and pieces are already beginning to. As far as Houston goes, I wasn't lying about moving there, and you don't even know what you're talking about. I don't tell Grandma and Grandpa everything, Zachary, and I don't really give a damn if you think I was lying or not. Your opinion at this point in my life has no strong value to me. You may think you are better than me, but you are not by a long shot. Please just leave me alone. Fuck all of you. And I'm sure I will be accused of being on drugs again, out of control, having an anger problem, etc. after this message. That's what happens every single time I express how I feel and speak up and say I'm hurting. Stay away from me, and I won't change my mind next week when I am calm. I mean it. I'm not saying it out of anger or rage. In fact, I am calm right now, just hurting. Oh, and don't talk about me being immature when you have to rely on your daddy to pay all your bills. Fuck you. My brother, I've never said I'm better than you. That's something you've had to feel yourself, because no one has ever not one time said or thinks I'm better than you. Maybe that's just what you think because all you do is cuss everyone out and act the way you do. And you asked Mom if she knew. She had no idea. But of course you leave. Whoa. How do you know what she knew? Whoa. It went from she had a dream, now Mom had no idea. You little fucking. Why don't you just crawl back up in Mommy's vagina, you little fucking pussy cunt? Sure seems like you like it in there. I'm telling you. You send me the text messages, I'm going to point this shit out to you. But of course you leave it to you to cuss her out and put her down and call her every name under the sun. What's new, Amber? When are you going to stop treating your family like shit? You are out of control. Goodbye. You are blocked once again because you can't say anything nice as usual. All you can do is pray. All I can do is pray for you, because that's all I can do. You should consider the example you set for others when you open your dirty mouth with your foul words and put downs. Goodbye. Don't bother texting me back, because by the time you finish your 8-page message of hatred, you'll be blocked. So save your time. Mom to me. No, I didn't know anything about you being sexually abused, because I can assure you if you had, I dang sure would have done something about it. You said your dad sent a pic or something. You just have issues that you need to let out, because God doesn't want you carrying that heavy load. I know what it's like to have hurt in your heart so bad that you want to give up, and not my entire body was shaking from anxiety. Everyone has issues in their life, but God wants to heal those issues. Did God heal you when your husband kicked the shit out of you? I'm sorry. I am so sorry that what happened to you with your dad happened. Had you came and told me, I can assure you I would have had something about it. Lord help me, Jesus, what I would have done. I dang sure would have gotten you away from him. I'm sitting here shaking just thinking about it. How I wish you could have told me. Oh, this is such bullshit. This is such bullshit. Why didn't she call her ex-husband and say, you did this to our child? What the fuck is wrong with you? Look at the pity party she's having for herself, and once again talking about God. Go fuck yourself, cunt. Oh, I wish you would have told me. Why can't you tell me what picture he sent? Can't you see my heart and what's in it? No, you can't. I love you very much, and I pray for you every day. I wish I saw you more, but I was going through some storms in my own life. I haven't told you many times that you are my gift from God, and you know what he couldn't have given me a better gift than he gave me, and her name is Aunt. This is such bullshit. And by the way, you and Bailey living here, or I think was Houston. This isn't even coherent anymore. I would like to know where my girls are, and this new phone number for you, or is it still the 690 number? Like, well, this is sure different from how she must have presented it from her pussy boy son husband. I guess he hadn't crawled back up through her vagina into her room into her womb when she was texting this out. Because this is completely at odds of the aggression your brother showed you, which just goes to show you she's playing multiple fucking games with multiple people. But your brother knows that. What a little fucking faggot. Me. The 609 is not a good number for me anymore, and I don't know why you're asking me where we are living, because you know we are here still, because I was accused by your son of lying about the move altogether. And since you guys always run to each other and show each other all my texts to you and tell each other everything, I am confident that you already knew where we were. As far as Dad and what happened, just forget it. All I've done since I contacted you is defend myself and listen to what is wrong with me and accuse the lying and making stuff up. I'm done. Mother, you and Zach need to realize that you aren't fighting against each other, but the evil one. He loves you and you love him. He just can't handle the stress right now. You need to ask him to forgive you and move on. I have to get in the shower and go down and run some errands. Talk to you later, okay? Oh, God. Get in the shower. Ask Zach to wash your fucking pussy from the inside while you're in there, you fucking bitch. You and Zach need to realize you aren't fighting against each other, but the evil one. Yeah, you. You. She's telling you she's the evil one. She's gaslighting you right to your face and basically telling you that, yeah, I'm turning you and your brother against each other. And you all just better fucking bow down to me. That's what she's doing here. And you asked earlier about, you've already contacted them. You've gone as far as you're going to go with these people. No contact with them, period, ever again. And that includes your grandparents who are enabling them and showing text messages and the rest of them. None of this is going to change as long as you keep responding to them or texting them or having anything to do with them. Because what your mother says here in this last fucking text to you, she knows what she said to your brother. She knows you guys are going back and forth. She's the evil. She's gaslighting you right to your face. Asking you questions she already knows the answers to. That she already knows, you know that she knows the answers to. Why do you think she's doing that? Because she's telling you she still controls you and everybody else. That's why. These people are never going to acknowledge anything. They're never going to apologize. All they're going to do for the rest of your life is blame you for everything that goes on. And your mother's telling you that. She's telling you she's the evil. How does Zachary Pussy Boy explain that? How does he explain these text messages from her? The way I just broke them down to you after he supposedly blocked you. How does he explain that? How does that marry up with what she told him to get you to send those fucking messages to begin with? It don't. Which is why he wants to shut you up. He knows that as well. He just likes it in mommy's fucking womb. So, I hope your situation gets better, Amber. Thank you for the story. And I'm telling you, No contact. You said everything you need to say to him. Your mother's told you exactly what the hell is going on here. She is the evil. She's telling you, I am the evil. Right to your face. Hold on to it, realize it, and never go back to any of them. Your mother, your father, your stepfather, your brother, your grandparents, all of them. You need to realize it's all of them, and it can't be fixed or changed. Just get away and don't tell anybody where you're going. Thank you to everybody who's watched. Please leave any comments or opinions in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, or a narcissist you'd like to expose, you know what to do with the PayPal link in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. We'll try to get the rest of these done, but you can see my voice again. See you all again soon. Bye.